Welcome to the training, Claudia. I'm going to go through two basic defensive responses. One is to a single wrist grab, and the second one is a two-handed stranglehold around the neck. Okay, these are quite common and they're quite simple basic techniques we're going to demonstrate this evening. First of all, in terms of safety, just making sure you've got no watches on. Rings, is that a sharp ring or is it a smooth surface in the ring? It's smooth, that's great, okay. We will be doing two types of techniques to each of these situations. One will be a more passive, the one will be more defensive. The defensive strikes do involve jabs, finger jabs or thumb jabs to the eyes. There are some protective glasses here that you're certainly welcome to wear if you wish, and please do so if that's the case. And I'll break that down when we come to that point. Okay, so firstly, these situations, just want to make sure that you've warmed up, you've moved your shoulders around, rotated your wrists, because we will be taking some movement there towards the wrists and the shoulder area. Firstly, it's a case of doing everything you possibly can. If you think there are a threat, is somebody who's going to grab you or attack you in some way, the first thing you should do is draw attention to yourself, shout, if you can, walk away, run away, call other people for help, and that would be the best thing you can do in terms of self-defense. Okay with that? So that's our first thing we would do. But if you can't, and if everything's out of your control and suddenly this person tries to grab you, then obviously you're going to have to react quickly and effectively. So the techniques I'm going to show you are effective techniques to release yourself from these particular restraints. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do firstly is all with regard to the law in terms of reasonable force. The first one we're going to do is very, very basic. It's a passive response to a grab, and all you're going to do is resist it. So to demonstrate that, first of all, what I want you to do is try to grab me by the wrist. Before you do that, as you can see, I'm stood in quite a bladed stance. I'm a strong stance. If I'm stood in this position, I'm weak. My balance, I can be pushed backwards, I can fall backwards to the side or whatever. So it's so important you go into a strong, basic stance. Don't put your feet one back behind another like that, because you'll fall, you're unbalanced. So anchor your back foot so you're strong in that position there. Okay. So firstly, what I want you to do is try to grab my wrist. Okay, and what I'm doing now, I'm resisting. Have another go, so I'm resisting. Try the other hand. Okay, so I'm resisting. Basic as that. The most important part of self-defense is not being grabbed or attacked in the first place. Okay, so we'll demonstrate that. So if you're ready, I'll try and grab your resist. Right, now at the same time, I'll try to grab your wrist. What I want you to do is shout, stop, stay back. Okay, so I'm going to grab your wrist.
Stop, stay back.
Right, and for that reason now, I want you now to, if you can, to move away or even make good your escape if you possibly can. Okay, that's great. Right, come back here. So the most important thing is, if you think you're being threatened or whatever, is space and make yourself safe. Okay, so let's demonstrate this again. I want to hear you shout.
Stop! Stay back!
Don't stay there. I want you to move, okay? Right, come back. Okay, right, so okay with that. Just a simple stopping the person grabbing your hand in that instance. Okay, so this time now we're going to take it a little one step further. Now, on this occasion, you're actually going to grab my hand. So if you grab my hand there now, I've got to react, I've got to respond to this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, because I don't know what else you're going to do, you could punch me, you could try and kick me, so I'm going to dip and I'm going to hold my hand up to protect my face, but I'm looking at you. Okay, so I'm in this, it's all quite fast, but the idea of these techniques is to slow everything down. Speed confuses issues when you're learning, so slow everything down. So I protect my face. And then, in order to break the grip around my wrist, I'm going to push towards you to unbalance you slightly, and then I'm going to pull down and away from your wrist. I'm going to turn and I'm going to escape. Okay, I'll do that again. So my stance, I drop down to my knees a bit more, I cover my face, I look towards you, I push in, and then I move down. And you can see what I'm actually doing. The weakness area of your wrist is between your fingers and your thumb there. If I go that way, you're a lot stronger, but the gap is that side. Okay, so in this situation I wouldn't pull that way because we're in a tug-of-war situation. I'm actually pushing and then looking at the weakness between the fingers and thumbs and pull it away that way. Okay? So right, let's have a go at that then now. So I'll go, firstly your stance, my strong stance. So I take you by the wrist, so we're going to slow everything down. Right, so we protect the face and pull it away. And we're moving away, that's lovely. And great, and again. Okay, so I grabbed you by the wrist, hand up to protect the face. What's happening next? Push towards and away. That's great. Okay, so the next one we're going to do now is a more defensive response to this attack. Now, in terms of the use of force, if you think that you can't escape, and I might chase after you and run after you and grab you and the attack could be worse, it's important that you incapacitate me in some respect. And the best line of attack for you is the eyes. The groin, the throat are excellent as well, but the eyes are the thing we're going to target. And what we're going to do, we're going to use our fingers and our thumbs and we're going to do a strike to the eyes to actually take and injure and cause momentary problems to the eye area. Okay, so I'll demonstrate that. As I say, this is the time we could use the glasses, but everything's going to be slow and I'll make sure I'm well away from your eyes. So firstly now, if you grab me by the wrist, okay, so in this situation I would be fast and using my available hand, I'm going to jab you to the eye and back. That would cause you to buckle and probably drop back, and then I'm going to pull my hand away and then make good my escape.
Okay.
Okay with that? Right. So John, I'll just do that one more time. So if you grab me by the wrist, again I'm buckled down, I use my hands in the jab towards the eyes and back, pull the hand down and break and move away. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so again as I mentioned, the essence of this about safety is being slow rather than fast. So I've now got you by the wrist, look towards me, towards eyes, good, and then yank away, and then, because I would have buckled in that respect. Let's do that one more time. Okay, so towards the eyes, good, and move there. How was that?
There.
Okay, right, so what we've done there are 3 responses to wrist grabs. We've done a wrist grab where I've tried to grab you and you've resisted before I even had the opportunity and you've made good your escape. The first one then, or the main one then, is the learning points you've pushed towards me and then pulled away, but you protected your face. And the third one was more defensive, where you've incapacitated me by using your fingers and thumbs and jabbing in the eyes before you've run off. Any questions with that?
No.
Right, okay. So what we're going to do now are defence against somebody grabbing you around the throat with both hands. Now the first thing, again, like with the wrist grab, is to avoid it in the first place. Okay, so if you go to grab me around the throat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop you, okay? And I'm going to use my hands in such a way that I'm going to drive your hands down and then I'm going to move back. Okay, so you've got to grab me around the throat, so I'm snapping out, stop, stay back! And I'm moving back, okay? Do you want me to do that one more time? Okay, so you go around my neck before, right, let's take back a bit. Before you go to grab me around the neck, I'm using my arms, I strike down, stop, stay back, and I'm going to make myself escape from the situation. Happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Right, let's go through that one then now. So firstly, as soon as you see it coming,
Stop. Stay back.
right, great, and we're going to run, always make sure that we run in the discipline so we get into that mindset of finishing off the technique in that respect, okay? Do you want to try that one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stop. Stay back.
Right, that's great, okay. So the second technique is again more of a passive response if they've actually got you around the neck. So if you grab me around the neck, right, so in this situation, if the person was going to be grabbing with some intent, it's going to cause a great deal of injury and discomfort around the neck, and really you've only got a couple of seconds to actually breathe in this situation. So you've got to react quickly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop my chin down and I use both palms to push your arms down a bit to take some pressure off my neck. Then I'm going to keep one arm up and I'm going to bring the other arm and bring it inside your both arms, and then I'm going to use the strength of my middle arm and forearms on both sides to push you to the side, and I'm going to run away and make good escape. Okay? Let me do that again. So you got me on the neck, chin down, grab the backs of the palms, take the pressure off the neck, keep the one hand there, one hand in the centre, and then pushing you to the side in order to run away.
Okay.
Okay, happy with that? Right, so in this situation, good? Right, let's slow it down. The first thing is to take the pressure off your neck.
I didn't.
You can look at me, try and look at me a little bit, that's better. So you can look there, push the wrists down, but keep trying to look at me. Excellent. Right, let's do that again. And this time we're going to actually use the middle of the forearm to give you more force to push me away. Good. Excellent, that's far better. Let's try that one more time. So you're trying to look at the chin down, but looking at the threat. Take the strain off the neck. Good. And then running away from that situation. Okay, any questions with that?
No.
Right, so are you happy with the 2 techniques we've showed? We've looked at wrist grabs and a double-handed stranglehold to the throat. Thank you.